A female astronaut was horrified to discover that her glove had been punctured by a sharp edge on a protective panel. If her body were exposed to the vacuum of space, her lungs could rupture due to expansion. The entire Space Center was shocked. Mark told her to stay still and carefully cut away the sharp edge, quickly bringing her back to the space station. However, just as Mark managed to get her safely inside, he was distracted by a strange beam of light and failed to close the station's hatch in time, putting the female astronaut in danger once again. After the incident, the female astronaut narrowly escaped death, and the leadership at the Space Center questioned Mark about what he had seen that caused him to neglect his colleagues' safety. Mark claimed he saw aliens, but no one believed him. As a result, the leadership concluded that Mark had experienced a hallucination and decided to remove him from all space-related duties. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union's Sally 7 space station suddenly ceased operations. If the station remained offline for too long, it would plummet to Earth, potentially causing catastrophic damage if it landed in a densely populated area. To avoid embarrassment from both the US and Western countries, the Soviet Union decided to send astronauts to repair the station. If the repair failed, they would use a missile to destroy it, but this would generate a significant amount of debris, potentially destroying all satellites in orbit and setting their space technology back by at least a decade. The team urgently searched for an experienced astronaut to attempt a manual docking with the station. However, the station was spinning on two axes at a rate of 1 degree per second, making manual docking extremely difficult. Despite hundreds of attempts in simulators, none of the astronauts succeeded. Even the commander felt hopeless and reached out to the previously dismissed Mark, hoping he could take the risk to complete the docking and repairs. Mark and Jack then boarded a spacecraft and headed into space. Soon, the boosters detached completely and they entered orbit. Mark had only 3 chances to dock with the station. He began his first attempt cautiously, under everyone's watchful eyes, but it failed. Given that many astronauts had tried hundreds of times in simulators without success, this was not surprising. The commander let Mark rest and decided to discuss a new plan with the team. Jack calculated that they needed to triple their speed when they were 110 meters from the station to have any chance of successful docking. But if they failed, the spacecraft would be destroyed and they would likely die. Without waiting for orders from Mission Control, Mark decided to proceed with another attempt. Both the station and the spacecraft were moving at high speeds, and any small mistake could lead to disaster. After tense maneuvers, Mark completed what seemed like an impossible task and successfully docked with the station.